What if the sky was wrong, and only AI knew it first? It didn't predict disasters. It saw them before they even formed. The future didn't arrive silently. It started warning us. Storms used to come with uncertainty and fear. Entire cities evacuated, lives disrupted, yet still people were caught off guard. But tonight something changed. An intelligence named Barani didn't just track the storm. It understood it. Street by street, house by house. And when the waters came, they came exactly where it said. 2,000 people moved. Not a life lost. For the first time, we didn't run from nature. We outpredicted it. For generations, farmers trusted the sky, and often it betrayed them. Seasons shifted, rains vanished, but now the land itself speaks. Through a small device, an unseen intelligence called Lima listens to soil, wind, and distant oceans. It told them to wait when everything said planned. Weeks later, the truth emerged. Where patience held, life flourished. Where it didn't, drought remained. For the first time, instinct had an upgrade. Power doesn't fail all at once. It whispers first in tiny signals no human can hear. But Therm could. A fraction of a frequency. A hint of chaos days away. Before the heat arrived, the system adapted. Machines powered down. Demand vanished. And when the city burned under record heat, the lights stayed on. Not by chance, not by luck, but because something was watching, long before we knew to look. Tornadoes don't announce themselves. They hide inside chaos. For decades, warnings came too late. Minutes that meant everything. But Genesis saw what we couldn't. Patterns inside noise. A ghost, forming into something real. Spoke early. 22 minutes instead of 8. Enough time to move. Enough time to survive. When the storm tore through, it found empty rooms. Because this time we heard the whisper. The ice was supposed to melt slowly, predictably. That's what the models said. But IKA saw deeper. Beneath the surface, something was accelerating. A hidden feedback. Warm water, eating away from below. What seemed stable was already collapsing. And when the numbers came in, the future shifted. Not by inches, but by oceans. For the first time, the planet revealed a secret it had been hiding for centuries. Every winter, the air turned toxic. A cycle of blame with no solution. Until Vayu changed the question. Not stop burning, but burn smarter. One window. One moment where the wind would carry it all away. And when thousands acted together, the sky responded. The smog lifted. Not through force, but through understanding. For the first time, the problem became part of the solution. The markets thought they understood energy, supply, demand, forecasts. But EOL saw something else, patterns hidden in the sky itself. A shift in the stratosphere. A silence in the wind weeks before it arrived. And when it did, the world was unprepared. Except for one system that had already moved. It didn't manipulate the market. It simply understood reality better than anyone else. Hurricanes look predictable from a distance, but inside they are chaos, tiny vortices, invisible violence. Poseidon saw them all, not kilometers wide but meters. It knew where the storm would strike hardest seconds before it did. One side safe, the other devastation. And in that difference, lives were decided. For the first time, we didn't just track the storm. We saw inside it. Floods don't always begin where they end. Sometimes, the danger starts hundreds of kilometers away. A broken bridge. A surge unseen. But Nodi listened to sensors, to signals, even to human voices online. Connected the dots faster than any model. And when it warned them, they moved. Not away from rain, but from a future wave already on its way. For the first time, the river spoke early. We thought we understood coral death. Temperature rises, bleaching follows. But the ocean is more complex than that. ReefNet discovered refuges, hidden sanctuaries where life could survive. And when the heat came, those places held. Scientists didn't just watch anymore. They acted, protecting what could endure. Because for the first time, we knew exactly where hope still lived. Lightning is sudden, violent, impossible to predict, or so we believed. Sapphira saw patterns in the sky, in particles too small to notice. It knew where lightning would strike hours before it happened, and when it did, we were already there. Fires stopped before they began. Destruction prevented at the source. For the first time, even the sky's chaos had a pattern. Snow isn't just about falling, it's about staying. And for years we wasted both water and time trying to control it. But Albedo understood something deeper. How snow disappears, where it survives, and when to act. The result wasn't more effort, but smarter effort. Less waste, longer seasons, a balance between nature and control. For the first time, efficiency replaced guesswork. The future of the Arctic was a question. Years, decades, no one agreed, until Aurora looked further back than anyone ever had. Thousands of years, patterns repeating, breaking. And in that history it found the truth. The ice wasn't just melting, it was collapsing faster than we imagined. And suddenly the timeline changed. Not someday, soon. For the first time, the future had a date. Turbulence is invisible. It strikes without warning, but Jounce could see it, forming in the atmosphere like a ripple in space. A single adjustment, just a few thousand feet. That's all it took. One plane flew smoothly, another didn't. The difference? Awareness. Not reaction, but anticipation. For the first time, the sky wasn't unpredictable. It was readable. All these systems, all these signals were never separate. They were pieces of something larger. Gaia, a mind built not to predict tomorrow, but to understand everything. And what it found changed everything. The planet wasn't reacting in isolation. It was connected, amplified, accelerating. The timeline shortened. The stakes increased. And for the first time we realized the future isn't something we wait for. It's something we're already inside of.